What the hell? What's up, families? What's going on out there in the world? Just cruising along. Decided to come on here. Let's see if anybody come on here and talk to me. It's been lonely in the world. So what's going on? We voting for Trump or what? You want to talk about it or what? Is we ain't voting for Trump or what? I think it's a go. So I'm out here in the world. Hey, Miss C-Love's family. I just wanted to pop in, let everybody know I'm good. Hope everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in the background. A lot of stuff still. The wheels are still turning. Jetta B still around in his house. So I decided, since I'm going on a ride, that we can have some little bit of talks going on. Because I think everybody's getting mad at me. Or they think that I shouldn't, or like they don't want me to have my own opinion. And I already told you it's hip-hop and politics. Let me turn this shit up. Who the fuck want this? This shit don't even make no sense. Is it no from you? No Trump? See, I don't think y'all understand. I think everybody's saying no to the Trump thing because y'all getting hypnotized by the media too much. I would like for everybody, you can choose who you want to choose. It's not, we shouldn't be fighting about this. Like, this is the first time I've seen it, like, so, like, anti whatever. Like, I ain't vote. All the presidents I've been voting for all my life been white. So that don't make no difference to me. And I'm trying to understand why is everybody so, like, mean about the situation, though. Like, if you say you supporting Trump, people, like, be talking to me like I'm a damn sellout and I'm this and that. Explain to me, if you could, anybody, explain to me what is so bad about Donald Trump that wasn't so bad about George Bush, that wasn't so bad about Bill Clinton, that wasn't so bad about all of them. Because I'm finding this shit funny to see everybody so pissed off and Trump ain't doing a damn thing worse than anybody else. So, while I'm cruising down the road, I decided to, what I decided to do, let me talk to y'all people for a minute. I can't even get serious. See if anybody gonna come on here and have a dialogue with me. Y'all have a dialogue with me about the situation? Hey, Stefan, Michael Green, what? What's going on? Jermaine Wright, what up? Is we voting for Trump or not? Like, what's going on? So let me try to break it down to y'all where I stand and why, so that there's no confusion. So that people don't be calling me racist or sellout or this or anti-immigrant or whatever they calling me simply for if I choose my president, the president I want to choose. Okay. Now, first of all, as far as the immigrant situation go, I have already said 1,001 times that I'm not against immigrants coming here. A lot of immigrants came here. A lot of very, very smart people came here. Doctors, from all kind of countries. We like the Noah's Ark of smart people. Let's put it like that, okay? So we got smart people from all over the world that came here, became American citizens. Some of them joined the military. A lot of them fight for this country and the rights that this country offers because no other country offers these type of freedoms that we offer in the way that we do. And the Democrats are trying to take those freedoms away, just in case y'all haven't noticed. So y'all need to stop listening to the news or like that. Trump's asshole sending immigrants to a country that they know none. Well, the thing about that is, that's a thin line between if Trump is sending immigrants, if it's all Trump's fault. All the presidents did that. Obama deported a lot of immigrants. Immigrants that came here with their parents should have explained the situation to them. I'm not saying they should kick them out. I think they should give them a path to citizenship. And people who have been here had ample time to find paths to citizenships. Like, they could have married an American, they could have joined the military. There's so many paths that you could have went and signed up to try to be a citizen if that's what you wanted to do. So if you came in with your whole family and you didn't tell your kids about where the motherland or whatever, that gets tricky. I don't think it's fair. I can't figure that out by myself. They should have a path to citizenship. But don't blame Trump and the government because the parents came in and didn't even be here 30 years and don't even try to get a citizenship. And see, that's the thing. They made living in America without citizenship so accommodating that people was like, I need a citizenship for. And that's the problem. because you start downgrading and diminishing the value of citizenship. Yeah, you ain't hear nothing about it with Obama, Missy, because the media didn't report it about Obama, okay? The media didn't report it about Obama, but Obama's the one who built the cages at the border. It was his administration that built the cages at the border, and it was the Obama administration. They called him the chief deporter-in-chief. The difference that we're finding with Trump and his immigration tactics that's getting everybody super, super duper pissed off. Like, they so mad at Trump, I don't even, like, they looking at him like, this is crazy. Now, what's pissing them off about Trump is because he going into the sanctuary cities, okay? And while there are good immigrants who are legal immigrants, who are law-abiding citizens, who are just trying to find a better life for themselves, there are also immigrants who are not good people, who are the people that Trump was talking about, who are gang-related and this and that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Even in California, when I listen to some of the people in California that be complaining about certain gangs and how the Californian blacks been in wars and stuff like that with the certain, not only Mexicans, other people that hop over the border, they form these other gangs when they come south of the border and they hungry and they seeking refuge or whatever. They throw them straight to the black neighborhood. And I've been watching documentaries in California of how the black people have been going to war and having to fight off Mexican gangs and all different kind of, I don't know, I guess they're at peace now, but it wasn't easy, like, okay? So when you start talking about Trump and sending this one and sending that one, there's been a war on black people in this country for the whole time, okay? So when you start talking about war on black people, war when Ronald Reagan and them did that, war on drugs, that was the war on black people. Then when he left office, he passed the buck on to who he passed it on to. Was it the first Bush again? Then the next Bush was some more war on drugs, war on black people. Then the Clintons came and said, fuck it, we locked them up twice, they free. Let's do 3 strikes, so if they get in trouble one more time, we can keep them for life. And they keep them for life. So it's been a war on black people the whole time, and nobody seemed to have been concerned about it. And the whole time, black people have been screaming, racism, they racist, the laws ain't right. Black people have been screaming that the whole time, okay? And nobody was, like, upset like we are or were. Now, suddenly, Trump is in office, and you got white people mad, Mexicans mad. You got everybody mad. You got everybody mad because of one Trump, okay? But nobody was mad when the black people keep on getting pushed behind and left behind. Okay? In a country that we never ran away from home. Okay, let's get back to that. Okay, because I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest. And I'm driving, so I hope that I can put it in order. Like later on, I'll come on here with my little list. Because I got a whole bunch of stuff to get off my chest, to be honest with y'all. And I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to say that, okay? Well, he said the kids do deserve. The kids don't have to be separated from their family because their family could take the kids back with them if they got deported. They could all go back to their countries, okay? I'm not saying that they have to go back to their countries, but they can go. They have an option. Let's say that. Black people, we don't have an option. Where we going back to? We not going back nowhere. This is our country. This is where we from. They try to throw that African thing in there for the people that's African. I don't know. There's probably some Africans. They have a choice to go back if you was African in American slave ship or whatever. We not going back. First of all, we've been here the whole time. We didn't run nowhere for refuge. So if the black people was able to survive colonization, in slavery, Jim Crow laws, hung from trees, locked up every goddamn president coming to the office, they locked some more black people up. If we survived all of that and didn't run south for the border for refuge, and we didn't run nowhere for refuge, the majority of us, then people are running from their countries based off of economic stuff. Like, oh, it wasn't that much food over here. It wasn't no food for black people over here, yo. It wasn't no food. My father and them could tell you stories how they didn't even have like no shoes and all that. He was walking with no shoes to work and back and forth to China. Whoever could go to school, whatever kids they could spare for education, who didn't have to work to let the rest of the family survive. And we didn't run away, so that's not the end of the world if they're in a country and it's a little bit poor. You gotta they made us pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Okay? There was no such thing as a welfare system, okay? It didn't exist for my grandmother. It didn't exist for my great-grandmother for sure. There was no welfare. There was no free health care. There was no free nothing. Matter of fact, we was the welfare. People that had their land stolen, that the people that was enslaved, the ones that was brought from Africa, that was the welfare system. There was no welfare system. So when people come in crying like, oh, look at the conditions. Look what we got. Look at the conditions at the border. You're looking at the conditions at the border, but you're not looking at the conditions at Skid Row, where people is like out there with hypodermic needles and taking craps on the street. And they not locking nobody up for that. They just turning that into the norm. Okay? And then why they turning that into the norm? They turned it into the norm, and then they got the nerve to say they want to bring in some more immigrants for refuge. Where they gonna refuge at? You already got the daggone homeless people on. You talking about you can't arrest no people in the country unless you got housing for them. Well, you can't let no illegal immigrants in unless you got housing for them. Or they gonna all be on the beach, sleeping on the beach, popping up tents on our beaches and stuff. Okay? So the Democrats to me are sounding real like oxymorons. They're over here talking about talking about the border, open borders. They want open borders, no nations, open borders. Get rid of ICE. We don't need no security at the border. But then when Trump decides that the what do they call the Kurds over there don't need the American citizens at their border. They don't need the American soldiers at their border. Now they on the news all upset, panicking, mad that Trump is bringing our troops home. Oh, but we in America, you telling us we don't need no soldiers at the border. We don't need no war. We don't need no soldiers. We don't need nothing at our border. But then you want to send American troops to go protect the Kurdish people border. And you can say that they helped us with ISIS. But at the end of the day, they helping us with ISIS was helping themselves because they've been over there trying to fight for control, I heard, for a long time. Okay? That's their thing. And I think Trump is absolutely right to get us out the endless wars. Everybody that has lived in these last 100 years in America, all we hear about is war in the Middle East, war in the Middle East, war in the Middle East. We not the police, yo. We not the police of the world. We not from that culture. We don't know what the Kurds feel like and what the Turks feel like and what been going on in their history. So how can we go over there, insert ourselves, and pick and take a side who we want to put in somewhere? That was the Obama administration. Clinton and them did that. And nobody complained. And the Turks are part of the NATO allies. And the Kurds was helping with ISIS. And let's not forget that I know it's like something that people don't want to mention, but the facts are there were no weapons of mass destruction, okay? So when we went over there, talking about we chasing down Saddam with no weapons, looking for weapons of mass destruction, and we uprooted their system of government or whatever, and Saddam might have been a very, very bad guy. I don't know. I don't live over there. He might have needed to be gone. I don't know. I can't. Who am I to judge? Who are you to judge? That is up to the people of Iraq to judge. That's up for the people in the region to judge who they want to be ruling them, okay? So when Trump comes and says we need to root out corruption and we're going to check in this and that, we can't pretend like the FBI and the CIA and whoever these government agencies, we cannot pretend like they've been perfect because they have not been perfect. And they have made mistakes. Yes, they have. Yes, they have given out false information before, like the no weapons of mass destruction false information. And they didn't even wait for NATO at that time. So we have to live with that sin of America as Americans, okay? And our soldiers have to live with that too, okay? And now if we over there, and we already did that, we try to stabilize the region, okay? If we try to stabilize the region over there after the fact, it has to be up to those people over there. They're the citizens of over there. It's up to them to decide what they want for their world and their country, their land that they live on, okay? Now, if we was over there for 3 years, we done trained them, gave them weapons. They should be ready with their army. They said there's millions of them over there. They said they got like 30 million Kurds over there. What do they need 50 Americans for? Let the soldiers come home for a change and stay out of the Middle East wars. I agree with Trump on that. Everybody's over there and want to hate Trump so bad. And all they could do to say that they hate Trump is whatever CNN said. Whatever CNN said at NBC, that's your source. And you got to add up the pictures and put it all together and see who does it benefit more for us to be over there fighting people in the Middle East. Is it really for America? Because it's supposed to be America first, this presidency, right? It don't make no sense, B. I'm going to tell you something else about the situation with the immigrant situation. Now, I don't have, like I said, I really don't have a problem with immigrants. We all one people. We all related, okay? We are all related, and that's what it is. Now, us being all related does not change the facts that the descendants of slaves in America is a genocide against us, okay? And nobody's standing up for us. And we done stood up for everybody. And I'm not, like me, I'm Aboriginal. There's probably a slave in there. When they find that record, I'm coming for that shit. But I'm saying, we done been colonized, had our land taken. We the farmers, black farmers from the 1800s, okay? Nobody, they doing genocide on us right now when they bringing in all the immigrants and labeling them black. And then everybody saying, we all black, we all black. We all did not go through segregation. We all did not go through slavery in America. And we all did not go through what the black Americans went through with reclassifications and everything else. So how they're doing a genocide on us is, first of all, I want my people to realize and open your eyes in a different way. When you look into Congress, right, I want y'all to like, look at the people sitting in every single representative seat that's in Congress, okay? Look at all the Democrat members of the Congress, okay? And then look at their origins and see where they from. Because everybody trying to pretend like they're Americans, and I got a feeling that there's a lot of people in here like acting like they're Americans, but it's not America first for them, though. They just American as long as, you know, they can come in the country, get the benefits, and they want to feel like we all the same, we all the same. But we not the same, because y'all ran away from home, so we saved you. The black and the white people saved the Jewish people in the World War II, because America was black and white, okay? And then we started getting mulattoes, we started mixing, and we made our own race over here with the black and white mixing, and then whatever Chinese was in here, they might have mixed with somebody, I don't know. We did our own melting pot over here, okay? So, while we over here doing that, and then other people come in and insert themselves specifically into the black people's identity. And to me, it's a sort of genocide on us, and nobody's standing up to protect us. And I'm gonna break it down to you, because it's been happening all throughout our history. And the main thing I like to focus on is our music and arts, because we're a loving people, and that's how we found our strength. And even when the people was picking cotton and the slaves and all of that, we found strength in our music, and it was very soulful. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Everything was a song. So now, when you get people who come into the country who are not from that culture, and our music is historical along the lines, and we talk to each other. So I remember James Brown music because we grow up on the old school and turn into the new school. These people insert themselves. They don't know what old school history of the music or nothing. They get here yesterday. They start calling themselves black. They start acting like they rap and they don't. They mumbo jumbo. They have no message. They have no damn skills. They get people to write. They run around, stand on their heads, and call themselves black Americans. Well, I'm going to say this. We all related, but black Americans would like our culture back. We would like, everybody keeps saying we don't have a culture because they steal it every time we recreate ourselves, and we're not going to recreate ourselves no more, okay? And for all those that want to pretend like, oh, hip-hop, that was everybody, that was okay, hip-hop came last. Before any of this hip-hop or anything else that's starting with these auto-tune people, they sampled our legends. They all came into the country and took what already was here, already existed, and sampled that and been running with the samples ever since, okay? We want our culture back, B. Now, we don't have no problem with other people coming in and doing their own version of what our culture. Fine. We're gonna have to start letting these people say who they are, though. Don't be coming in and you a Hispanic, this and that, and you got a different thing you standing for and a different message, and you're not representing us right. You don't speak our Ebonics. They don't speak our Ebonics. We got our own language, B, and they don't speak it. So it's cool. You do that over there, and we're gonna say, you know, we're gonna find, I don't know how we're gonna do it, black people, but we're gonna have to find a way so we can be represented in our own cultural way with the dignity and the skill set that we intended for ourselves. You can't just call yourself a rapper and can't write a bar down and can't spit. You shouldn't call yourself an R&B singer if you're on auto-tune. Okay? It doesn't make no sense. They did it to Chuck Berry, and he was the fucking king, and they trying to bury R. Kelly. They try to dig up Michael Jackson from the grave and put sexual assault lawsuits on him, too. They locked Bill Cosby up because it was the only black family doctors that we had on the Huxtables. We had the Huxtables with a representation of a black family structure with mother and father and children. And they were educated, successful black people on TV. And so they got to the point now where they want to lock him up for something 30 years ago, which I don't even think he did it. Or if he did it, I don't understand the magnitude of it. But then on top of locking him up, then you're going to strip all the whole black community and all the people of all the other people that was on the Cosby Show. The Lisa Bonets and everybody else. Now you want to strip it from syndication and act like it's the most evil thing on the planet when that was the only thing. Then after that, you are replace it with love and hip hops and empires and all this, which I ain't got no problem with none of those things. Okay, I have no problem with none of those things. But now you don't have no representative of a good nuclear family in America no more, nuclear black family. Now you got either the gay family. Oh, my phone. Every time I feel like I'm in the middle of something, somebody always call my phone. Now what was I going to say? Oh, I want to talk about the gay thing now. Okay? Everybody knows my motto, love is love, families. Everybody knows I love, accept, and respect all people. Gay people, transgender people, whatever. Okay? Now, at the same time, while I'm loving and respecting gay people and transgender people, does not mean that America is like the dumping ground for the world's gays and transgenders either. So every gay and every transgender on the whole entire planet is going to sign up and say, oh, America, they're going to kill me in my country. I got to come to your country because I need refuge. And they just want to bring every single gay on the planet to America. Now, when they brought the gays, immigrants, or for refuge to America, black people included, we've stood up and fought for the gays and lesbians. We have gays in our family, lesbians in our family. Love is love, like it ain't no problem. When you start getting to the point of like every gay and every lesbian on the entire planet, instead of fighting for gay and lesbian transgender rights in the country that they're in, they all want to come here for refuge. Now, we done gave them, then their numbers keep rising. We done let them get married to each other, no problem. Love is love. We let gays walk down the street, hold hands, nobody's gonna kill you in America. We let gays do what they want to do, yo. It's the privacy of your own home. But now that we've done that, they're out of control. Now they want to just stop everybody else from doing anything else. And I'm not talking about all of them, but it's becoming to the number of a lot of the, whatever they calling them now, the alphabet people, transgender gay community is being a little extra with everybody. Like, they not tolerant of others. Like, if you're not gay, you can't live in America no more. Now, it got to be some balance there, yo. And then that's not right. Like, you got people with straight pride parades, and they over there marching against that and all of that. You can't go marching against the straight pride parade, because all you're doing is giving the straight pride people the opportunity and the right to march against the gay pride parade. And that's how there's no progress. And that's what makes me realize there are people who come here who have not grasped the full concept of freedom, and who have not grasped the full concept of equality and how to be tolerant of others. And I do also want to say that I do notice that when Obama was president, right, not only was he the first black president, or first Kenyan American president, he did a lot for gay rights, and he did a lot for, the gays in the military, because the Clintons and them was talking about don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell. And so they was in the military doing their gay, whatever they wanted to do. And Word Thursday, yeah, I'm praying for Tyler Perry, because he done snuck. You notice he didn't really talk about it too much. He snuck in and got his music or his studio. If he'd have told him his plans, they might have shut it down before he had his opening day. But let me get back to this other part about this the gay transgender situation, because it's out of control a little bit. So now we done gave them in America rights to get married. When Obama was the president, right, he passed a lot of laws that helped the gay community and LGBT community, and we all championed and helped him do that, right? Because we all agree that they should have equal rights. Now, when that was happening, there are a lot of evangelicals, there are a lot of what's it called, evangelicals, and there's a lot of like people who just don't believe in that gay stuff, who thinks it's abomination, who thinks that is against the Bible. There's people who have religious beliefs that go against the gay thing. There used to be laws, anti-sodomy laws on the books, that they could lock people up if they had anal intercourse or whatever, okay? So that process has came a long way. And I'm bringing that all up to say, when Obama, the black person, or the Kenyan American, was president, I didn't see the white racists out there protesting the gay pride march. There was gay people outside half butt naked with children running around. I didn't see them go crazy and be anti-gay to the point of protest every time the gays showed up somewhere. I don't see them at gay bars trying to shut the gay bars down and telling people not to go to the gay bars and not to spend their money with this person or that person because they're a gay, and boycotting anybody and everybody gay. I didn't see that happen. Which is bringing me to the realization that on the Democratic side is less tolerance. Okay? When the gays had the opportunity to stand up for their rights, the evangelicals, the white people, the racists, everybody did not go ham like the gays are going ham against everybody who's not gay. It's ridiculous. Okay? That's one. Okay? So some kind of way we got to find the middle ground with that. And the gays, when the straight people want to go do their parade, the best way to protest is don't show up. Just be like, y'all want to do that straight shit? Go ahead. I ain't coming. And I don't see a reason why a gay can't go to a straight thing, whatever. I got gay in my family, and we straight and gay, and we be all in one room having a good time all together. So what? Stupid shit. So my point is, the racist people didn't go crazy like that, okay? And now, we've been doing that Middle East war. I'm jumping around, but we've been doing that Middle East war for a long time. And if Trump want to go find a different way of trying to approach the situation, we could jump off the hamster wheel, because it's insanity to keep doing something the same way and it's not working. That's the definition of insanity. So if we've been in war in the Middle East under the policies that we've had for the last 50 or 100 years, and the war still didn't end, then we got to try something else. Jump off, get off that hamster wheel, yo. It don't even make no sense, B. What else I wanted to talk about? It's like so many things I had to get off my chest today. So now they over there in the Congress, right? So let me explain to you about this stupid impeachment shit going on. Now, the media has realized that they need the public, okay? They need to upset the public enough. They need to upset the public enough about President Trump so that we could all go wild and crazy out here and hit the streets like they is in Hong Kong, and hit the streets like they is, all over the place, or how Puerto Rico had to hit the streets to get rid of their president, or whatever they call him, governor, whatever. Now, we not mad enough at Trump to hit the streets for that, because the people I see, I don't see what he did to make us want to go outside and start marching and going crazy and shit. He ain't do nothing to that extent. For that. The only thing Trump did to get people mad is the immigration thing. And what else? All they mad is the immigration, because he up in the fucking sanctuary cities and he not gonna let them be so sanctuary no more. Which is out of control. It is. It's out of control. And when you start getting to the point that you're gonna let illegal immigrants outnumber citizens, or people with legal statuses, or people waiting patiently for asylum, if you're gonna let them outnumber the citizens, then to be American citizen is worthless. Then we all might as well just turn in our citizenship and be illegal and let the states protect us against the federal government. Because what they telling us, especially like New York and the sanctuary cities, is you don't need a citizenship. So if you don't need a citizenship, then everybody might as well turn in a citizenship in the sanctuary city, and then we all can live tax-free, and we all can work off the books or work how we want to work illegally. Why should we have citizenship and not be protected the same? See, that's not equal rights. And that's where it's the thin line, why Trump might have to, work on some of that a little bit. You can't let them outnumber the citizens and be voting, especially when they have different ideologies. People think it's about color, and it's not about color. It's about your thinking. If you come into the country and you black, but you got socialist thinking, or you think the government supposed to pay for everything for you and yours, and you ain't got to do nothing, and you don't have to work, and they just going to pay for everything, and just you can sleep on the street and pop your tent up. That's not how America works. Okay? That's not how it goes. So if that's what you think, then that's not, Because if that's the case, then we all might as well just give up our American citizenship, and we could all just go into the sanctuary cities and nobody pay taxes no more. How about that? If the daggone sanctuary cities want to protect illegal immigrants and say that they don't need to pay taxes, and that they don't need to have no citizenship, and that they should be protected, and they should have this and they should have that, then give all the citizens that too, especially in Chicago. Protect them from the federal government too. They should have protected R. Kelly from the federal government, but they let R. Kelly, they let Department of Homeland Security and New York NYPD come into Chicago and arrest R. Kelly for some 20-year-old shit, 20-year-old charges. But they won't arrest no illegal immigrant that been over there for how long they been there. 20 years ago they came into the country. They said, oh, they've been here 20 years, leave them alone and protect them. So take the citizenship from the rest of the people. Take the citizenship from all of the rest of the people in Chicago and all of the rest of the people in New York City, and then see who's gonna pay for all of these legal immigrants that you want to bring in, when all the rest of us do like the Boston Tea Party and we all drop off the tax rolls. If you're gonna say that legal immigrants don't have to pay taxes and illegal immigrants are protected from the federal government by the states, then that should apply to all of us. Everybody should be protected from the federal government. So everybody could just be like Boston Tea Party and stop paying taxes and hand back their citizenship and say, well, legal immigrants don't need a citizenship. Why do I? They don't need one. They live equal with everybody else without it. See? You see how that can get real tricky? It can get real tricky, B. It can get real tricky. And that's how y'all people making the citizens feel when y'all want to sit there and be mad at citizens when they want to stand up for citizens' rights. If nobody's going to stand up for citizens' rights, then everybody might as well just give back their citizenship and we all just be illegal immigrants. And protect us from the federal government states. We ain't got to listen to them no more, right? Make up your mind. You can't have it both ways. And black people tired of y'all using us and doing it off the backs of blacks the whole time. And we sit here be loyal citizens. We hug our killers and everything. Shoot up the church. Oh, I forgive them. Enslaved for 400 years. Take all the tax money for 400 years worth of generational tax revenue from black people in this country. And then somebody hop over the fence tomorrow and get more rights and protections than you. The government has to vote every 25 years. What you mean, Thursday? I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, we paid our dues. That's why everybody needs to, the black people who descend to slaves, y'all need to start putting in your aboriginal land claims, B. Because they never going to show you that no slave record with your family was a slave. Because they just wrote that in the Reconstruction history. Because most of us was already here. So they just put that shit in the Reconstruction history. And got everybody thinking that all they was slaves. Now, Mitch McConnell owned slaves. He said he don't know where his slaves came from. He don't know. He don't know how to find his slaves because it wasn't written right in the records. But both his grandparents or whoever owned slaves. Obama's family owned slaves on the mama side or whatever. He got slave records where he was a slave holder. Kamala Harris' family owned slaves. Donald Trump family didn't own no slaves. And when I think about it, the Republican Party was the one that freed the slaves in the first place. And then it just got all mixed up, wish-wash, where you can't tell the whites apart no more. Because you got all kind of different whites trying to take that white identity. So I don't know which one was the whites from the slave trade and which one was the Ellis Island white and which one was which white. I can't fucking call it. So I don't know. So I'm going off of policies and judged by the content of the character. Well, I got to call you right back. I got